Thank you for joining me once again. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. NATO is planning to deploy nuclear weapons to Poland and Finland territories. This is not by any means a concrete development, but there are rumors flying around that there have been conversations had behind closed doors with the United States floating the ideas of sending their nuclear weapon to especially Poland. Now, the Poland government stupidly and foolishly, I'm sorry to say, welcomed the ideas of having the United States nuclear weapon in their territories. Russia had come out aggressively to warn NATO, to warn Poland, to warn Finland that any one of them, in fact, any one of the former Soviet Union countries that attempt to have or to even host any form of nuclear weapon or weapon of mass destruction in their territory, that will be a straight strike on that country. There is no red line, there is no blue line, there is no yellow line. That will be straight military action to terminate that country. I think NATO understands this. EU knows this. The Western leaders, they understand this. They know this clearly. And the possibility of that happening, to be honest with you, I think it is a big fat zero, because that will never happen. Not in a million years. But I suppose this is the way of them poking Russia, just try to get Russia's reaction. Emmanuel Macron came out on TV yesterday, the 25th of April 2024, to condemn the idea. Emmanuel Macron is now distancing himself from NATO. Emmanuel Macron is now distancing himself from this Western coalition because everything is now messed up. Everybody is looking for a way to pull out. Emmanuel Macron made it very clear in a very simple language everybody can understand. He said, if NATO attempt or dare to put nuclear weapon in Poland or in any former Soviet country's territory, Europe is finished. Europe will be dead. I didn't say it, Emmanuel Macron said it. Whatever I meant by that, I don't know. While some of you watching this video right now will be asking the question, will be naive enough to ask the question, what is Russia's business if Poland or if Finland has nuclear weapon in their territory? What is Russia's business if Poland has weapon of mass destruction in their territory? Those are legitimate questions, but I will answer them as simple and as quick as possible, and also tell you why Russia has every right to retaliate, to respond, and to strike that country 100%, without a doubt. I will tell you why. Now, before I go into that, let me just point this out. You see everything the United States is doing in Europe right now. Everything the United States is doing in Europe right now. They're doing it for only one reason and one reason alone: to destroy Europe. Europe is one of the biggest competitors. Europe is one of the biggest competition to the United States. And all they can do to overcome that competition is to destroy Europe from within. United States is sending long-range missile to Poland. They're sending long-range missile to Ukraine. They're pumping nuclear-capable munition to Ukraine. All these weapons, all these things, they're doing it for only one reason: for the Europeans to kill each other, to destabilize Europe, so that United States can come out on top. That is the brutal, honest truth. Take it or leave it. Now, let me go back to the point I was making. The first good example I'm going to give you why I think Russia had the right to retaliate or Russia had the right to react. The first example is this: Cuba, 1962, during the time of John F. Kennedy. The Cuba government were floating the idea of having the Soviet nuclear weapon in their territory, and United States went ballistic. United States went mental, they went crazy. That idea would never happen. And they tried to overthrow the communist government back then and put their own puppet government that will follow their own rules in Cuba. But still, Cuba continued to make plans to house nuclear weapons from the Soviet, from from Russia. And then United States found out that Cuba was still making plans to plan to have this weapon in their territory. Guess what the United States did? They invaded Cuba, bombarded Cuba from head to toe, destroyed lives, destroyed property. 10 years in the making. If you didn't know, now you know. Go and do some more readings about this. 10 years it took. United States destabilized that country. They completely, up till today, up till this day, Cuba have not recovered, fully recovered from that. And the Cuba people have not forgotten, and the Cuban people will never forgive. I'll leave that case there. The second example is Canada. Canada is not allowed to have any form of weapon of mass destruction or any form of nuclear capable weapon in their territory because the United States had warned Canada against that. Apparently, it threatens the United States national security. 1984, United States cleared every form of nuclear activities or nuclear researches or any idea Canada was having to, become a nuclear capable country was cut off. They made Canada sign the United States nuclear doctrine. They made Canada sign the NATO nuclear, agreement or contract? And there were two things Canada cannot do, and there are two things they can do. The first one is they're not allowed to host or even have any form of nuclear weapon or long-range weapon in their territory. That is a no. But the two things they can do, they can take part in nuclear exercises within the doctrine of the United States. They can be part of NATO nuclear exercises if they want to, but they are not allowed to make any decision concerning any form of nuclear weapon or weapon of mass destruction or to even host it in their land. No, that will lead to wanting military action against Canada. And ever since 1984, Canada have been nuclear neutral. They don't have nuclear weapons, so they depend on the United States for everything. If you come to it, there are many more countries like this that the United States have crippled that are not allowed to have nuclear capable weapons, not even long-range missiles, not to talk about nuclear weapons. So what is this hypocrisy from the United States today? And some of you are sat there in your fat behind asking the question, why is it Russia's concern if Poland or if Finland put nuclear weapon in their territory? Why did the United States feel they can stop other countries around their territory, around their own geographic landmark from having nuclear weapon? And they feel they can just come into Europe and start installing nuke around the territory of Russia, all around Russian borders. And you think Russia will not react? You think Russia will not strike? The problem with this Western news Western press is that they poison some of your mind. They poison some of you guys watching this right now. Some of your minds have been so poisoned beyond repair. I know some of you watching it right now will still comment against this video, even though you should have taken this opportunity as a learning platform to go do some finding, to go do some reading. I know some of you will still have something bad to say about this video where there is none. So guys, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all because like I said, your minds and your sense of reasoning, most of you, not everybody, some of you, your minds and your sense of reasoning have been poisoned against the truth. So there you have it. I hope this short video has been able to give you some insight into the questions you were asking about. Why is Russia reacting? Why is Russia so angry? Why do Russia feel that having nuclear weapons around their borders, around their territory, or within the former Soviet Union